What does Roseviafire mean? Hey, what's up? It's Patrick, it's Roseviafire, and I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about what does Roseviafire mean? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I did a video about this. So I just wanted to do this message and talk about this. What does Roseviafire mean? So some people, when they hear the name Roseviafire, they think of like the rose, the flower, you know what I'm saying? That's what some people may think it means. But Roseviafire, like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I came up with this year, what am I saying? I came up with this name years ago, you know what I'm saying? And it's a name that God gave me for my ministry and for my brand. It's like Roseviafire. It pretty much represents rising through fire to pretty much accomplish greatness. And that's pretty much the meaning of it. Because like the word rose in the name Roseviafire, it just represents like to rise. It's like the past tense of rise. But you know, like I could understand why some people may think it's like the flower, when it really has nothing to do with the flower. It just means like the past tense of rise. You know what I'm saying? And then like the word via just means through. And then fire it just represents the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is the consuming fire. The Holy Spirit is pretty much like the Spirit of God that is a spirit of fire that really cleanses us from within. So when you really combine all those three words together, like Roseviafire, it pretty much represents like and actually the actual definition of the full name is to rise through the Holy Spirit and become a gem in God's eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's really what the whole name actually means. It means to rise through the Holy Spirit and become a gem in God's eyes. Because think about it, right? How can you become a gem in God's eyes if you run when God puts you through like trials and tests? You know what I'm saying? When the fire get too hot, you start running. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna quit, you're gonna give up on God. But it's like when you rise through all these things that God is trying to show you, all these tests, all these trials, things like that, man, I'm telling you, bro, that's when you're a gem in God's eyes, bro, because you're not gonna quit. You're not gonna give up on God. It's like you're gonna rise through the Holy Spirit. You're gonna rise through the fire. You know what I'm saying? Because God has his own fire too. That the fire of God, he uses it to like mold us, to like burn away all these different fleshly ways, you know what I'm saying, to pretty much cleanse us. God uses his fire to cleanse us. And that's why pretty much I came up with the name Roseviafire. And to be real with you, bruh, I think God just gave me the name, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember it was years ago, man. I was like thinking of a name. I'm like, bro, what should I name my ministry, bro? What should I name my brand, bro? And I had like a list of like 30 names, you know what I'm saying? I remember doing this years ago. I had like a long list of names. And I was like, Lord, what should I name my brand for real? And I would just Xing this one out, Xing that one out, Xing that one out, until I reached like 5 names. I think one of the names was like Relentless Light or something like that. And then another name was like Rise Via Fire. And then another name was like something, like, you know what I'm saying? I was just trying to figure it out. But God had used like somebody I was close to at that time, somebody I was cool with, like an old friend that I was cool with at that time. I asked him, like, because I think I narrowed it down to like 2 names, Roseviafire or Rise Via Fire. And one of my friends at that time, I don't know if we was actually like, yeah, we was close. I'm gonna keep it real. We was close, but it was like an old friend of mine. And then I asked him, I was like, hey, bro, like, we not friends no more, bro. Like, we done fell out over some stuff years ago. But like, I was asking him, hey, bro, like, which name you think is better, bro? Rise Via Fire or Roseviafire? He was like, nah, bro, Roseviafire, there's something about it, bro. And just like that, bro, I stuck to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just stuck to it ever since then. But that's kind of like the backstory of Roseviafire and what it means, because a lot of people hear like, oh, Roseviafire, what are you talking about? Roseviafire, what are you talking about? What does that mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure like it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure some people could really break it down, be like, hey, Roseviafire, like rising through the fire. They could kind of break it down a little bit, but the fire part of the name Roseviafire, it actually represents the Holy Spirit, because we already know the Holy Spirit is the consuming fire of God, bro. It's like the all-consuming fire of God. The Holy Spirit is like a spirit of fire. You know what I'm saying? So that part, fire in the name Roseviafire, it actually represents to rise through the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is really like the Spirit of God that really teaches us how to walk with God, bro. We cannot walk with God on our own, bro. We can't change our ways on our own. You can't have all these fruits of the Holy Spirit and all these gifts of the Holy Spirit on your own, bro. Everything that we do for God, all the work, all the talents, our character, our talents, everything, bro, is connected to the Holy Spirit is teaching us how to do these things. The Holy Spirit is doing these things through us. So yeah, pretty much that's what Roseviafire means. And I just wanted to really do a message, like an official message, just breaking it down, bro. Like, what does Roseviafire mean? Because some people may think of it like, oh, rose. They may think of it like rose as the flower. They may look at it like, oh, that's a feminine name. You know what I'm saying? You a man, bro. Like, Rose is a feminine name. But the thing is, bro, like, it don't even mean the flower. It means the past tense of rise. But the beauty in it is, you know what I'm saying? Some people may think of it as the flower, rose, or they may think of it as the female name Rose. You know what I'm saying? Some people may think of it as a flower, the rose flower, or some people may think of it like the female name Rose. You know what I'm saying? The woman's name, the girl's name Rose. They may think of it like that. But that's actually like a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, God is smart, bro. Like, God was showing me like, bro, that could reach the women too, you know what I'm saying? Like, the name is not limited to just reaching the men. The name is limited to reaching the women too, because it's like my ministry name and my brand name is really like, it's not limited to just reaching the men. God could use the name just to relate to the women too, because they're gonna think of Rose like, oh, that's a woman's name. That's like a female name, and this and that, a feminine name. So this and that, you know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna be able to reach the women. It's gonna be able to help women get closer to God. So that's a good thing. And then the men may look at the name, they be like, hey, bro, that look like you're rising through the fire for real. Like, you rising through the struggle and this and that. I feel that, you know what I'm saying? So now the men, God is going to use the name to reach the men too. And like, bro, it's such a beautiful thing to have a name that appeals to everybody, bro, and not just one person. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about, bro. The people who look at it as like rose as in the flower or the female name, that's cool. Ain't nothing. You could look at it however you want. But I just gave you what am I saying? I just gave you the description, you know what I'm saying, of what it is, bro. Like, it just means that you rising through the fire. I mean, you rising through the Holy Spirit and becoming a gem in God's eyes, you know what I'm saying? And but however way people interpret the name, it's free for open interpretation too. So I'm not going to judge people, be like, hey, you misinterpreting the name and this and that. Hey, they might get reached that way, you know what I'm saying? By them interpreting it in a different way, it may reach them and bring them and pull them into the kingdom too. So to be honest, if they look at it however they want to look, as a flower, as a feminine name, it really don't matter, bro, at the end of the day, bro, because God's mission is still getting accomplished. You get what I'm saying? But that's pretty much everything I wanted to say, bro. I think like this message was really overdue, bro. I had to really like do a message and just really explain what Roseviafire mean, and just really like put it all out there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about, man. Peace.